Hello, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dele-Davids and you're welcome to Life Stories with Bussy. Today I have a mail from a lady called Stella Oladokun. I saw your video on the lady that said she wasn't going back to her husband because his mother controlled his life. In my own case, it was my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law that I had issues with. My husband died under a mysterious circumstance, and it's sad I didn't demand for an autopsy before he was buried. I'll give you a bit of my background. At that point when I got married, I was an SSC holder. I was planning to further my education, but because of money issues and some family issues, I couldn't go to the university at that time, but I had always wanted to go to university. I started a beauty shop and I was also into fashion designing. I was living close to my customer one day when I met my husband, Falabi. Falabi was a widower and was almost 15 years older than me. It was quite nice to me, and before I knew it, we arranged a date and it swept me off my feet. Falabi told me from day one that he was looking for a wife. He had lost his wife 2 years before. They didn't have any child. I told him I had plans for my life, going to school and all that. He assured me I would go to school married to him. At 21, I married him. His mom looked like the one controlling their family, and her wish was everyone's command. Falabi was able to keep her at bay. Falabi didn't like us visiting her. He was always forming busy anytime I told him to visit. My mom had visited us several times and advised that I get close to my mother-in-law. My mom said Yoruba people were big on respect, and paying one's in-law regular visits was a sign of respect. I tried getting close to my mother-in-law even though Falabi wasn't enthusiastic about it. Falabi's mom was one of the leaders at a popular Christian organization, and she was quite popular. She was known for her kindness and philanthropic deeds. She had different foundations catering to the widows and poor. She seemed a very good Christian because she could fast and pray. She always encouraged me to pray whenever I go visiting. I made her lovely clothes, which she used to love to wear. I used to like to make her hair and all that. I took it immediately after I got married, and I didn't go back to school as I had planned. We had 3 children all together. At one time, my mother-in-law had asked my husband for some millions of naira. She said she had a land she wanted to start developing. Falabi didn't give her the money, and they had one small fight. They didn't speak to each other for months, and I pleaded with Falabi to give her the money since I knew he could afford it. Falabi said he had explained to her that we were building our house at that time and that he didn't have money to give her at that time. I really begged him to make things right with his mother. I told him he couldn't be fighting with his mother. I didn't want to be in the middle. Falabi had planned to buy me my own car, and he had paid for it, but the car did not get into Nigeria early. The car finally arrived just about the time his mother asked for money. I heard from people that she mentioned that Falabi bought a car for me instead of giving her money to develop her land. When our house was done, Falabi invited my mother over and she spent about a month. I pleaded with him to invite his mother too. He would tell me that he knew what he was doing, I shouldn't worry about it. One day I got a sudden call from my brother-in-law that my husband had been rushed to the hospital. Falabi had told me he had several business meetings and that he would check on his mom that day because she was ill. I was surprised to get a call from his younger brother that he was rushed to the family hospital. I quickly rushed to the hospital and requested that he should be transferred to our own personal doctor at our own hospital, but Falabi did not make it. He died in the family hospital. I was widowed at 33. I was numb and I couldn't think. How a man who was okay in the morning would die hours later. The day before his burial just dragged. His elder sister insisted that he had to be buried early so that we could all have closure. There was no need waiting and dragging. I agreed. Falabi was buried on a Friday, And the morning after, I was summoned to the family house. First, my sister-in-law wanted to know if I had details of Folabi's bank accounts. Now, that question triggered something in me. We just buried your younger brother and you are asking for bank accounts. I didn't see anything. She continued by asking if he had a will. At this point, I was irritated. I didn't know if he had a will, but even if he did, what was their business? I wasn't in the mood to discuss all that. I just became widowed. Then he started by saying that they needed to free me to marry again if I wanted to, because I was still young. So she said that they had mapped out what they think was the best thing to do. She said she would go and make inquiries about getting a letter of administration, and that whatever they are able to get from Folabi's office as his gratuity, half will go to the children for their schooling and the other half to my mother-in-law to develop her land. I was trying to make sense of what she was saying when my mother-in-law added that they will be taking the children from me. My first son was to be adopted by my younger sister-in-law who didn't have any child. My son's name would be changed to bear the name of my sister-in-law's husband, and my son will start to live with the couple in Canada. The other two children will be shared among my husband's other siblings. This one is looking. They said they understand I might have to start a new life because I was young. They said they would give me some money. I could take the car that Folabi just bought, but our house will be sold, and the proceeds will be used to send my children to school. That I can always come back and check on the children. Then I started to look at them strangely. My mother-in-law was too calm and was so in control of her emotion for a woman who had just lost her first son. Folabi's sisters too. The only person who seemed a bit pained with his demise was his younger brother. I wasn't sure if I was missing something. We just lost Folabi and buried him. I told them I needed to rest and think of everything that they had said, that I would get back to them. My mom was in my house. When I told her all the things they said, she said I should go along with whatever they said, that I can't be fighting my in-laws. I confided in Esther, one of my closest friends. And it was the way she started shouting at me for being mumu that reset my brain. She said, which kind of mumu talk be that? They sit you down, talk that rubbish, talk say then go collect your son and give him another son name. Who does that? And all you did was to sit down there gently. I told her I didn't know what to do and told her what my mother said. That made Esther really mad. She said, no way. She said she knew a lawyer. I told her I wasn't ready for any legal wala and that she knows how lawyers are. I did not want to get involved in any lawyer matter, any court matter. She said I wouldn't do anything they asked. She now said I would not vacate that house and I would not leave my children for them. She said I should just buy time. My sister-in-law kept calling me not to waste time over all the requests that they had made. She kept saying, Folabi is dead and buried. Brace up yourself and start your life over again. Before he married you, he lost a wife and picked up his life. You too, do the same. When they realized I was stalling, the war started. They said if I want to turn it into a legal matter, they would deal with me. They said I was a common tailor, a school sat leaver, and didn't even understand how a master degree holder like Folabi would have settled for me if I did not use kaya matter on him. When I didn't budge, they came with stories of how my late husband had another family outside and now I can't claim to be his legal wife. My sister-in-law, unknown to me, has started the process of getting the letter of administration to administer the estate of his younger brother. She lied to them that I just had babies for Folabi and were not legally married. They called me from the probate registry one day, and I was asked to submit all my documents showing that Folabi and I were legally married. A lot of Folabi's friends came to my aid since I was really helpless. To cut the long story short, my mother-in-law said when hunger kills my children and I, they will come and carry our corpse. She refused to have anything to do with us and mandated that none of our family members should. It's been 15 years since Folabi died. I haven't remarried because I needed to concentrate on my children. I've gone ahead to obtain a degree and a master's degree. My children are doing very well in school. And I really wonder what Folabi didn't tell me about his mother. And sometimes I wonder if his mother or family had anything to do with his death. I heard his mother has stroke. And she says she wants to see the children before she dies. None of my children want to see her, and I can't force them to. This is the story of my life. This story is shocking. Really shocking. I think the one for me, the part for me that I cannot fathom for me, is the part where they would want to take, you want to take your child, your grandchild who bears your son name. You want to change your grandson's son name from your own name to a strange person's name. Who does that? I mean, if your son died, I think the normal thing should be how you want to take care of the children and the wife. And if the wife wants to remarry again, that's her business. As long as your grandchildren are fine, I think that should be your priority. Why would you want to take that child away from the mother? And why would you want to change the name of your grandson? I can't get that. That part I cannot understand. I mean, it's not today that you find out that in-laws are fighting over properties. I mean, that's not a new one. Do you understand? It's not a new one. It's something that we have heard. But that you want to change your grandson's name from your own name and give your grandson another name. I can't understand that. I don't know. I'm short of words. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? I mean, let's talk about this in the comment section, because I'm lost for words. I don't even know what to say. This thing is really let's wait in the comment section. Until next time, when I come your way again with another interesting story, my name remains Busola Dele-Davids. Bye. Before you leave, please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you.